Alrighty, boys and girls, it's the 17th of February, 2023. About 10:59 p.m. Tonight's Adventures in Roadside. It's been a little dead on the PD front. I'm going to change a tire, or at least it came in as a tire change request on a 2021 Audi e-tron Quattro Premium, and it's beige in color. Already talked to the customer preemptively, said something's funky with the tire, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what we get involved in on this one. But I've got a little driving to do. It's all the way up the Foothill Town Center, so see what we get on scene. It's the fun part, hide and go seek. Because people never know where the hell they're parked. That car looks like it's got flat tires, but the car also looks like it's got low tires. Expecting the e-tron to be like an SUV type. No, that's a Benz. It's not an Audi. No, these are Audis. That's an Audi, but that is not beige. So I think I need to call this guy. Alright, we got the dude. It's probably that one I was thinking of. Yep, it's the SUV one. Not exactly beige. Be the one with the back flat. Yep, be that one. Alright.
Hey, how are you?
Doing alright, I'm out.
So John, nice to meet you, man.
Meet you, sir.
So
I see we got that back flat there.
yeah, and here's
Spares in the undercarriage there. Yep, so that's what we like to call the Chia Pet spare tire. Yeah, they come deflated because they pop up like a Chia Pet. You put air in them and they pop out. It's still a temporary use tire.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an interesting one, but we have to pull everything off the top. Now let's see. We got caps. I gotta pull those caps off.
So there is a nail like right on top of it. Right there.
Dude, you need tires anyways.
Yeah.
That tire's gone. You got your money out of it. Your tread's pretty much all the way gone.
Yeah.
Time for a new tire.
Can you check the other ones too?
Or for tread?
I went to a tire guy and he's like, yeah, I think you're due for new tires.
Yeah, that one's due. That one, yeah, I'd change that one too.
Yeah.
Your fronts or your steers, those are important. You want to have the most tread up front because you're gripping the road here. Yeah, these are all pretty much done, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, 21, so we're in 23. You got about 2 years out of these things. Yeah. Do a lot of driving?
Yeah, it's like 23,000 miles.
You know what? As much as I want to say that sucks because you should get more out of them, I bought a brand new pickup truck and I got like 22,000 miles out of the tires that they gave me.
Yeah.
So I put different tires on a different brand altogether.
Yeah.
And I'm still on those ones. I've about 30,000 miles on them.
Oh, really?
Yep. Sometimes a brand of tire makes a difference. I know they like to do like the really soft ride ones, but they wear fast. And I don't like spending 600 bucks on tires too soon. I get my money out of it. All right, so we undo this guy here.
So this is deflated and once you...
Oh yeah, you're gonna see right now when I put air because I gotta fill it up.
Oh, okay.
And they take about 60 pounds.
So could I have done this myself?
So they give you a compressor, I think. Yeah, it's probably under this. There should be a toolkit in here too to go with it. So there's a compressor that they give you with it. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes to fill it up, but it's doable.
Yeah. And then does it deflate back?
Yeah, so you have to actually, it's a funky way to do it, but the cap is actually a valve stem remover or a valve core remover. So when you're gonna put it back, you actually take that out, let the air all the way out of it, and then put that back in, and it drops right back down. So I don't see your tools, but I'm not gonna be using yours anyway, so it's fine. But to show you right now how this thing works is I'm gonna fill this up first. I like to call them the Chia Pet spare tires. If you remember the Chia Pets, you know, it pops up like a Chia Pet once you put air into it. Some people are too young for that.
I'm almost 40, man.
Yeah, you're my age. See, watch this. It's a trip.
Interesting.
And it's going to come out to the side, and then it's going to go back because the sides are going to start to inflate first. As you see, just like that, and then the back side's going to do it, and it's going to come back over. Getting ready. We're at about 40 right now. The back side should pull back. Yep. Just said, like a Chia Pet. Yeah, we're about 40. Take some air.
So were you in the area, or?
No, I'm in Laguna Hills.
Okay.
So I was, like I said, about a half an hour, because it's a good drive to get up here with this thing. You know, climbing the hills, this truck doesn't go that fast. Alright, so we're almost at 60. This is still like a donut. Or at least the restrictions that you gotta follow are kind of the same as a donut. You can't go any faster than 50 miles an hour. Obviously 50 miles an hour is below freeway speed, so you should not use this on the freeway. And yeah, and then there's generally brand new, I think the manufacturer's recommendation is no more than 100 miles.
Okay.
But that varies, so I usually just tell people 50.
Okay.
We like to go off the rules of 50, 50, and 50. Granted, it's not quite. 50 pounds of air, 50 miles per hour, no more than 50 miles.
Okay.
In reality, it takes 60 pounds of air. We tend to push more towards like 45 miles an hour just to be safe.
Okay.
And yet again, 50 miles.
Okay.
See, now it's all filled up.
Crazy.
Yeah, right? And then it deflate. When you deflate it, it goes right back.
Interesting.
Yep.
Technology.
This has actually been out for a long time. I tell you, the first time I ever saw one, I was like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if this is much of a spare. It looks flat, but
It's a space saver, as they like to consider it. It's designed to save room, but it was, what the hell was it first that I saw that on? I think it was Volkswagen.
okay.
But Audi and Volkswagen are the same, so
right.
Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche. Maybe it was Porsche. I can't remember. It's been a long time. So we've got these nice little fancy caps on here. I actually have to come off so I can get to the lug nuts. So find something that's not too crazy to grab them with. That apparently is not too rusted either. Okay, that's not gonna work. Well, you know what, there should be a toolkit in here somewhere, so probably off to the side, maybe. That side panel doesn't come up, that doesn't come up. This is the toolkit, yeah. Yeah, this would be, pull that out the way. This is the toolkit, but where is it? Or is this just a filler? It's usually like just like a little sideways screwdriver kind of thing. You gotta have something in here now, because it wouldn't be in there. decent size enough. Or maybe you wouldn't have been able to do it unless you figured out where the things are. Usually I just get like a pair of pliers or a screwdriver, they come out. Try to find something that's big enough to fit without getting too crazy. Yeah, these guys should work. Not gonna be, no, they should work, but nope, I have to get a screwdriver. Okay.
So it's just a cap?
It's a plastic cap, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you try to put something on there, it's just gonna spin. There's a tool. It's just like a little, kind of like almost like a paper clip looking thing. That goes sideways. You can kind of get in there and get in between.
Okay.
But there's one. That's all it is. That's a cap, and then that's the actual bolt.
Got it.
You know, we just have to get these off carefully without scratching the rim too much. I don't know. Try to make it look fancier. That's why they do this. And the reality of it is, for those of us that work on it, it's just more of a pain in the butt. I get it. You want the look, but it's an extra step of things I got to do. So we're not going to put those back on the spare. So just put them.
No worries.
Yeah, put them up. And then we'll have one more. Yeah, so usually just like a flathead screwdriver coming out the side usually gets them off. I know I've got one of those stupid tools somewhere, but it's so small, I'm sure it's in the bottom of my bag. So, you know, when I decide to actually use it in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we jack this up, we're gonna set the e-brake. Okay, it looks like the e-brake is on. And since I'm here, let me get the mileage.
The emergency brake?
Yeah, it's on.
On already?
Yeah. But since I'm here, I need to get the miles anyways, so I will do that while I'm standing right here. Kill two birds with one stone. I like the newer cars where it comes on right away as soon as you open the door. It makes it easier instead of trying to fumble with the keys. Anytime we lift a vehicle up, we always want to make sure that the brake is on.
Yeah, you know, I had like some car salesman told me, but it was like his pet peeve that the car would rock after you put it in park.
Well, yeah, because so when you put it in park, it's just a paw and one little gear on the main drive of the automatic transmission. So what happens is that when you go into park, it's a spring-loaded paw with a tooth on the end, just one tooth. Sometimes they have two, but usually it's one. And it drops down and then just catches into one of those screws, and that's what locks it. As long as both wheels of the drivetrain are on the ground turning the same direction. And naturally it would rock a little bit, but it won't rock if you came to a stop and then put it in park. Once you let off the brake, it might roll a little bit, but it's not going to hurt anything. If you're on level ground, you don't need the parking brake. The main time you want to use that is if you're on any kind of incline or, you know, because then you're going to help the transmission, but there's no force against it while you're on level ground.
Like putting it in park.
Yeah, it's in park, so we're good there. Let me get the jack out. Anytime we jack one up, doesn't matter, you always want that on, because if you happen to raise a drive wheel and it's an automatic, what'll happen is it'll act like it's in neutral. Because it needs both of the wheels on the ground at the same time turning the same way to lock it. So if you allow one wheel to lift up off the ground to spin opposite of whichever way the car wants to roll, it will roll. This is how so many people have tried to change their flat tires with the stock jack and had the car tip over. I've been out to those calls plenty of times.
No way.
Yep, because they forgot the one crucial rule: blocking the wheels or setting the brake. Because automatic transmissions are exactly that way. So there's a spot under here I'm feeling for. Yep, there's a specific spot that they have to put this. And you can tell it's probably right here, but I don't like that spot.
I see there's a
Yeah, so this is the jacking pad right here. Now for the jack that comes with it actually has a little tooth that kind of goes right into that slot. But those jacks suck. And this is designed to work with lifts and everything else, but it's a specifically designed spot. Every car has one that you lift from. It's designed to be reinforced so that, because the whole side isn't reinforced, so if you go into the wrong spot you can crush some metal and stuff. So, well, that's why I like using my jack. The stock ones suck. All right, now for the fun part. Actually, this is the easy part. Let's just hope yours doesn't require the small bolts. I don't think so. Mercedes is like that. They got Mercedes and some BMW. No, you're fine.
Okay.
So some of them have a bolt that's about an inch longer.
Yeah.
And the spare has to have the bolts that are this length.
Okay.
And some cars you have a separate set of bolts just for the spare.
Okay.
Because when they use the longer ones, those don't work on this because they don't go in deep enough.
Okay.
Yet again, another German thing.
Yeah.
But dude, I used
these cars.
I've been doing this for like 16 years, so I've seen quite a few of these. I actually used to carry a set of those on the truck and sell them to people when I'd roll up and they'd be missing them.
No.
I've sold one set.
Yeah. It worked out.
At 25 bucks for a set or an expensive tow, which one do you want? All right, that's my cost for like Pet Boys.
Yeah.
If you bought these from the dealer, actually the ones that Pet Boys had back then were really nice. They're all chromed out and everything, decent material. And some of the ones on my truck now are stupid. They have these caps on them that are built in. And if you turn them wrong, the cap spins, but the nut doesn't, and it turns it into a deformed nut. Then you're sitting there with a socket and a sledgehammer trying to form it back in. A lot of manufacturers started doing that because it saved money.
Yeah.
But it's the worst designed lug nut that we've ever seen in our business. And it's not just me, it's everybody who's ever had to go out to one. Yeah. I've gone everywhere from taking a screwdriver and peeling the caps off, first time I ran across them, to figuring out that if I just took one of these sockets on the sledgehammer and put it back on, it would reform them and put them back to what they should be. Yeah. After I figured that out, I realized that's the easier method. Well, it takes time to peel those caps off. Yeah. And then they're undersized a little bit because they were sized with the cap on to fit, and then the lug wrench that they gave you was horrible. Yeah. And it would spin out and it would cause the whole stripping thing. I think the first one I ran into that did that was Dodge. Oh, yeah? The old when they came out with the Dodge Magnum, the Dodge Charger back in the mid 2000s. Yep. That was the first one, and those were really common. And now it's like almost every other car domestically made has them. My own pickup truck has them. But that's also why I don't use the stock tools. I would have been here like triple the time. Well, still haven't figured out where your tools are.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't find those, then you're really in trouble because you got nothing to change it. Right. And then the air thing without a compressor.
Yeah, forget about it.
You know, you're gonna be probably limping to a gas station hoping that their compressor works. How many times you show up at a gas station and you're like, oh, it's out of order?
Yeah, I know. All the time, right? Wow.
Well, the cool thing is most Costco's now, if you go to a Costco, they got one of those nitrogen things in the parking lot. You just pull right up to it. Yep. Well, you got to have air already in the tire. Right. You know, it's not designed to fill them up from flat, but the cool thing is that they're giving you free nitrogen.
Yeah. I didn't know you could put nitrogen. I thought it was just air. Like
nitrogen and air are the same. The only difference is nitrogen doesn't have moisture. Okay. And air has moisture. Regular air has natural moisture in it. Nitrogen, it was a big, to me it's a ripoff. Yeah. It's a gimmicky ripoff because they sell it stuff for like you know, $7-8. It's just an add-on sale.
Okay.
But you know, if you're going there and you get it for free, then why the hell not? But is it really a necessity? Nah. Does it make your tires run cooler? Yeah, a little bit. But does it really matter? No. Not enough.
Yeah. It's good to know.
You know, it's gimmicky, but I don't know who makes more money on it, the people that sell it or the people that sell the equipment. Because the equipment for that's like $2-3 grand easy.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's gas tanks you gotta buy and regulators and all kinds of stuff, and then a filling system.
Okay.
You know, the big push rate is, oh, well, you can sell customers on this. Sure, people are gullible and they'll buy anything. But how long till you actually make your money back on your investment on that equipment? Any place that wants to push you on the nitrogen stuff,
Don't listen
it's a gimmick.
Okay.
It's not worth the money you're gonna spend on it. We're just gonna stand this guy up because it's not gonna sit down there. All right, but we'll put the dirty side outward so that the cleaner side is facing down. You just throw that on top. It's not gonna be pretty until you get the other one back in there.
Okay. Alrighty, I'll do that.
Yep. And then you set the brake so you know how to take that off.
The emergency braking?
Yeah, the parking brake.
Yeah. All good.
So,
Appreciate
all right, boss.
it. Thank you.
Let me kill the light so I don't blind you. This thing comes in handy.
Thank you very much.
No
Appreciate
problem.
your help.
All right, best of luck to you. Like I said, just drive safely with it.
Will do.
Alrighty, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Have a great night. All right, education. I like to teach people as much as I can with these calls. Gives me the opportunity to teach people that don't know stuff, new stuff. You know, because I've got knowledge and I like sharing my knowledge. You know, this case in point, you know, this guy benefits from me telling him what I know. So, all right, guys, that's it for this adventure in roadside. Thanks for watching.